So you're having trouble finding an owner. Well, let's just start with the basics. Whether it's a house or a piece of commercial real estate, I have a tool that I'm going to show you that's going to make that a lot easier. So stand by, let's get it. Hello guys, this is Ty, aka the Flip Man. I want to show you a tool to help you, number one, to identify a property, determine who the owner is, which will lead into you actually finding the owner. Also, I'm going to show you how to locate an owner through your county's website, or to be able to locate your county's actual website, along with using the deal-related analyzer, how to determine if you actually have a deal or not. So we're going to cover a good bit of information. So I have a screenshot of my iPhone starting. This particular app is called Landglide, and it's available on Android and Apple devices. And it is a free trial of 7 days at the date of this video. That may change, and it's $9.99 a month. I think it gives a $99 a year if you want to take that option as a discount. I think it's worth it. So if nothing else, you can go through the free trial. I'm not making any money off of this or whatever. I'm upfront when I'm affiliate or not on something. So with this, it's just a tool that I highly recommend. Just makes things easier. Tools are not going to find deals for you. It's just going to make it easier for you to find deals. So don't ever get caught up into a website saying they're going to find deals for you and all this stuff. In my opinion, unless that changes, it could change. But remember, you're not the only one using it. So, but it can be a tool to help you find deals or make it easy. That's the way you should always look at things like this. Is it a tool that can make it easier for me to find deals? And I think this is definitely one. So let's go ahead and get into the actual app. What we have here is Landglide. As I said, you can download from Apple in the Apple Store, the App Store, and then I think it's in the Play Store for Google, or just Android products in general. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go with an address on a property that I recently did a deal on, actually with a student. Put the work in on this for me, and we split it. But we'll go ahead and boom, there's the actual property. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip my screen here to give you a wide screen angle here. All right, so I'm going to shrink the screen so you can actually see the street. Now this is the actual front of the house here. This is the front, this is the actual street. And so this is the actual house here. That was the address, 4761. Okay, so as you can see here, you can move over and it identifies the properties next door. I'm going to give you another view here, which is going to make a little bit more sense to you. But you can just go all around the street. You see you may go look at a house. You may go look at this particular house. But like in this case, this house next door was vacant. But what I found out through the owner of the house that I was targeting, that the lady was in a nursing home and they were not ready to sell. They were aware of that situation. So but as you're out and you see a vacant house, you put the address into Landglide, it's going to pull it up. Now it has an actual option right here. If you just press this, tap this particular button right here to the right, it'll tell you where you are. Now you still may be a little off depending on where you're positioned, but man, that's powerful. That is powerful. Now what you'll see here is that we'll pull this address right here, is that down here to the right, right here, if you tap that on your screen, all right, it pulls up more information. Now it pulls up the owner's name and the actual address, the county, the municipality, and then the acreage on it. I guess they'll get a little better on transfer date, sales price, and all the building square footage. But you can pull all that information from just simple Zillow or the county website. Okay, when you go to the address, but they have the mailing address right here down here also. Now, if you're in front of an actual viewing a vacant house and the mailing address is different than the vacant house, then you're in business, because that's going to be a way to reach out to the actual owner. So keep that in actual mind. All right. So now I'm going to move that down. Now I'm going to show you a different view of this particular app. So I'm going to use the hybrid option. So once I do the hybrid option, now you see the actual layout of the houses in the street, an overview like a satellite view. Okay, so you move over, same way. All right, this is powerful stuff. And you'll probably be able to identify where you are by just looking at your phone, because you can identify at what point you are on the street itself. Okay, and the same information still applies. All right. If you're in front of the house, you see the address, you can see the mailing address, and that's a good thing. So you can see this is an actual circle. It goes around, and just every property. If you tap on it, boom, it just gives you the information, and gives you the address down here at the bottom. Man, that's powerful. I'm so in love with this product right now. And I'm strongly going to encourage you to test it out. Whether you use it or not doesn't make me any difference, but I'm just doing what I do. It's trying to make it a little easier for you to make some bread. Okay, so now what we want to do is that since you're familiar with how it works, you want to try it out. If you don't have a smartphone, as I've been telling you, you need to get one. You're kidding yourself. They're too inexpensive. You know, Apple products are expensive, but there are tons of Android products out there, devices that you can use that are very inexpensive that can to make your business easier. It just is, guys. You're kidding yourself if you don't already have one. Most people do, but I'm just letting you know you're kidding yourself. It's all about getting to a check, but I want to get to a check as easy as possible. Right, and the more tools that you have available to help you do that, and this is not a very inexpensive, probably $10 a month, $100 a year. Again, do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you, this is one of the products that I'm using. Now, the date of this video, I might come out with something else that I think is better, or I might come back and show you the improvement on this. But as the date of this video, this is the best one that I've seen. Some of y'all may already be using it, which is good. I just discovered it a few days ago. So Land Glide, Apple and Android products. So now we'll go on to the next step of this particular video. We're going to analyze this particular property. Okay, so now we're going to go over to the Dealulator affiliate tool that I'm associated with, that I'm an affiliate for, that I highly recommend to you. There is a free version, but I had a premium version. I would recommend it to you. So we're going to start with the actual quick offer calculator. All right. Now, this is very user friendly on your smartphone also. Okay. So if you want access to this, dealulator.com, submit your name and phone number, and the affiliate will take over the rest. Okay, so the property that we were looking at on Land Glide. So this is a recent deal. And this is a good deal because I didn't use this calculator because I don't need one. I just know what a deal is based on the area or whatever. And this is going to show you also that the calculator or the formula is not set in stone, especially the higher price the house is. But what it is, it's not an end all. It is only a method to make sure you're not wasting time on deals. And so from experience, you'll know what I mean after you analyze enough properties, because the numbers will show on this, because I just did it, that I shouldn't have been able to do a deal on this based on the formula. That's why I stress that is not the end all, is more to prevent you from wasting time. But from your experience, you will know that some areas will overpay than what the formula will say you should actually do. okay? But that'll only come with time and experience of dealing in your market. And that's one of the difficult things about quote unquote virtual wholesaling, that you can't, well, I say you can't, but it'll be difficult to get a grasp of unless you do just a lot of transactions or go through a lot of properties as far as analyzing them, putting them out there and seeing what the feedback is from buyers in that market. So I went ahead and put the address in for the sake of keeping track of this. So the actual ARV, which we'll get to that part of this tool, is $245, which the rehabber, the buyer that I deal with, he'll probably sell it for more than that in reality. He does such a good job on his rehabs that, you know, he may put it out there at $245 and it may get bidded up to $260 because it'll be just that many people wanting it. Okay, so we're going to use the normal standard of 70%, right? All right, the repairs are $20,000 on this property. All right, closing costs, we'll put in $1,500. Cost of closing, which may be a realtor's fee, and our closing costs, again, we'll say 7%, maybe more, maybe a little less. All right, and then holding cost, $1,500 is a decent amount, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. So I knew that I was a little thin on it, but so I'll just, for the sake of us doing this, say that I wanted to make $10,000 on it. You know, that's always going to be negotiable for me, depending on how fast it's closing, what type of relationship that I can build with that wholesaler. So as you see here, the max offer is $121,350 based on the numbers here. Okay, remember that $121,350. I'll come back to it. So now let's get over here to the actual deal. Now, what I actually ended up putting it on the contract for was $154,000 and wholesaled it at $162,000. So that was an $8,000 payday that I split with a student who did the legwork on this. Okay, so we entered the closing cost $1,500, holding cost $1,500, $20,000 in repairs. It was all cash, obviously. So we go over here. The after repair value is $245. All right. Months to complete the sale, say 2 months. Down here, I forgot to show you this. Months to complete the rehab, 2 months. Both of those are reasonable. This house was in pretty good condition. All right. So it gives you cash required over life of project, $185. Total all-in cost for in a rehab, $185. That's more information that once you'll print out a sheet for your investor that they can see, which I'll show you that also. The percentage of the ARV is not 70%. It is 76%, right? But look at this though. Projected resale price is $245, 7% projected cost of sale, which the realtor's fee, more closing costs on the resale. But the projected profit is $42,850 with a 23% ROI. That is a really good return on a property like this. Even though right here, the percentage of ARV, that 70% rule didn't apply. It says 76%. That's what I mean. It's not set in stone, but it saves you time. All right. Now, I only knew that I could probably get away with putting on the contract for $154 versus $121 or less because I knew how hot the area was. That's only going to come with time in doing this. Okay, now what I failed to do that I didn't do on the Deal You Later video is show you exit strategy number 2. Now, most of the numbers will remain the same. And one of the things that I would change on this one is that this house is already livable. It already had a tenant in it. They just had to move out after we did the deal. And the repairs on the flip were $20,000 because to get it up to retail shape, but to get it in rental shape, in really good rental shape, $5,000 would suffice. So I went in here and changed this. You can change it and update it. Okay, so we get over to the other side. All the other information will remain the same. This area will probably rent for $1,600, maybe a little less, a little more. You can always change that in this area here by selecting this button. All right, and then enter projected operating expenses, $300. That's probably about right when you take into consideration taxes, insurance, maybe over the life of 12 months, what maintenance you may have to put into it or whatever. And you can always change the financing to yes when into FLIPPINAR, but they're using cash. They may refi at some point, but I'm just for the sake of building a report that you can send to potential investors. You know, give them a couple of options. Some will want as a rental, some won't. All right, now getting down here in the numbers that matter to them, cash flow is $1,300 a month. Cash on cash is 9.2%. Some investors that'll be good, some it won't be attractive at all. Get down to the cap rate based on the cost basis is 9.18%. Some that'll be good, some it won't be. And that'll vary depending on, number one, this is an attractive area. It's not going to be hard to rent. So this 9.1 may be attractive. In other areas, 20% may be more attractive, depending on how much, what they think about the area and what their actual investment goals are. So with that being said, so now we want to get over to view reports. So I'm going to clear all, and the two reports that I'm going to pull first are, well, before I do that, I need to go back and change the repair cost to $20,000. So update. All right, and so that's on both sides of it. All right, so then let me clear all again. All right, so I'm going to the marketing sheet. This is the flip exit. This is where they want to buy, fix, and flip, and I'm going to accrue the comps report. So boom, so this is what they'll see. This is what you'll send your investor. I'm going to show you the in full PDF, but these are the numbers you'll send your investor. Try to make it easy for them, okay? Now, it'll include comps also, and so, which I've already put them over there, but these are the three comps that I selected right here, and then just select include in presentation, but I've already done it. So I go back over to the presentation tab, and these are the three comps that I included. All right, so to justify where you get your numbers on. And all of these properties are actually smaller than the property that you actually have on the contract, or what we had actually on the contract. Okay, so now you're showing PDF form, and this is what you'll be able to either text or email this information. So here's the information as far as the number and the money they can make, return on investment, and then the comps to justify. Now they'll do their own due diligence. You just sort of make it easy for them to see the numbers. But I just want to be able to show you all of the features again that I may have missed on Dealulator. When I went through that video, you can actually see a map of the property. I didn't show that. I'm glad I remembered to do that this time. This is the property you're identifying, and you can see all the comps that are right there near that particular property. This is the main drag right here, 5th Avenue South, and this is the neighborhood where all of those houses are, all of this area right here. And I'm back in this area, pretty high demand area, which is close to downtown Birmingham. So again, this is using the Dealulator analyzer or calculator, how you want to put it, that I promote. I'm an affiliate of Rehab Valuator, so you can use the free version, but I recommend the premium version. So now we'll get over to the website that I've mentioned that will make it easier for you to locate your county website, or where the properties that you're targeting to be able to access a little bit more information to back up Landglide and even using the Dealulator tool. Oh, don't be alarmed. I want to do some plugs here. Don't forget about my 200 plus videos that you can take advantage of on everything you need to know about wholesaling houses. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you're alerted whenever I go live on YouTube, but also when I upload new videos. If you want a free copy of the one-page contract that I've used since 2003 and to be able to get step-by-step courses along with coaching directly from me, simply get over to flipman.net. You can find the free contract there, but you can also find the options on getting coaching directly from me. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Snapchat at flipman.net. That's flipman, D-O-T-N-E-T, and on Twitter at TheFlipMan. If you're into podcasts, whether on an Android device or an Apple device, you can access my podcast at flipmanpodcast.com. So back to the video. Okay, so now we're at the site that I was referring to help you locate your county's website. Normally you can just do a simple Google search for that, but what this will do, it will place all the sites, because sometimes where you need to find property information or owner information may not be easy to find. So this somewhat groups all the county websites together. Again, the LandGlide app is great, but you want to back up your research with going to the county website to see if it matches up. In a lot of cases, as I mentioned before, the information is only as accurate and current as how the county provides it to information brokers like a LandGlide or Melissa Data or ListSource. So I want you to be clear on that. So I'm not even sure how they really pronounce this, but you can see the URL up here in the address bar. But it's netronline.com. Okay, so once you get to the site, you want to go to Public Records Online. You can go here or down here, and it takes you there. You can go over here and choose your state, but I just like to go down here to the map. So I'm going to choose the state of Alabama, and this is in my particular market. You have two sides of it. As far as Jefferson County, choose the county that your property is in that you're targeting. So boom, there you go. So it pulls up a list of the actual public record sites for this particular county. All right, now I already know that what I need is in the county assessor. That may be different for your market, so keep that in mind. So once I do that, boom, all right, and I know this is the link that I need to click. These sites can a lot of times not be user friendly. I don't think this site here is really that user friendly, but I'm so used to it. I've been using it for years. I just know where to go, and hadn't changed really at all over time. They just normally are not going to put a lot of money into these sites. They should, but you know, hey, they just using our tax dollars how they want to, of course. All right, so this is property that we've been analyzing from the LandGlide app. So boom, I hit that, pull up the parcel ID, and there goes, here's the property. So now it gives enough information. As I can see, this is an absentee owner because the mailing address is different than the location address of the property. It tells me the square footage, when they bought it in 71 for $26,000. The actual assessed value is what the county's saying is worth is $149,900 right now. So it's worth more than this. Is probably a $250,000 neighborhood easily. Okay, so but this is one of the property recently did a deal on, and so bam, that gives you some information. As I said, you're going to use this to back up the information that you pull from LandGlide. And just giving you another tool here. So I hope all of this helps. Remember, these are only just tools to make putting deals together easier. It's going to be, and I haven't come across it, and not just going to find deals for you. It's going to be tools to help you find deals and make it easier. Don't get caught up into that. That may change, but as far as right now, the date of this video, these are just tools to help you find deals. So remember, 200 plus videos I have on YouTube that anyone can take advantage of. You know, you can get over to my site, flipman.net. You can download my one-page contract for free. All you have to do is get out of this. This is how to look on the actual laptop, but on a phone. You see here, you want a one page, you put your phone number in there and your name, and hit get your free contract now, and boom, you'll get a text message back, and you'll get a copy of the actual contract. Now, remember, I'm on Instagram and Snapchat at flipman.net. That's flipman, DOTNET. On Twitter, at TheFlipMan is how you can find me. If you like podcasts, just simply go to Flipman podcast.com for Apple and Android devices. You know, if you need coaching step by step, whether on wholesaling houses, apartments, or even flipping vacant commercial buildings, I do offer that as an option also. So again, everything can be accessed through flipman.net. The 200 plus videos here on YouTube can be accessed also. So again, hopefully these tools help, and I'll see you on the flip side.